Hello, Puppet Box. I see my big giant head. I'm a little speechless. I finally have a working stream key for LOTRO stream. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. I'm excited to be back. Hi, everybody. It's Big Ed Mustafa. Welcome to Adventures After Dark. I had to stream for my personal channel last week. When I asked for my new stream key, I got my old stream key sent to me by mistake. Not a big deal. We got through it okay last week. We still streamed and had fun. And, we're back. But my thanks to Cordovan, who actually got me a new stream key this week. I think he was out on vacation and got right on it when he got back. So my gratitude to Cordovan for taking care of me. Very much appreciate that. And let me get me hosted on my channel. Host LOTRO stream. So that was okay. I guess it doesn't matter too much which channel I'm on, as long as I'm playing LOTRO and having a good time doing it. That's what it is all about. But at least this way everybody knows where to find me. It's good to be consistent if you're streaming. So, you check on a couple of other niceties here while we get things rolling. Looks good. Looks like I have a bunch of Twitter notifications I missed. Nothing earth-shattering. And I'm a little bit tardy. I was trying to think of something clever to tweet out to announce the stream. Yeah, I never did come up with anything clever, so I just went with an old quote from Aragorn, threw up a picture of Viggo Mortensen. Real crowd pleaser with the ladies. So, that's okay. Close that tab. Windows has not managed to jack up my sound settings this week. I'm excited about that. Hello to Gipio. Glad you were here, my friend. I don't really have much on the schedule, Gipio. If you want to go run Deeping Wall, we can sure do that on every night. Let me know. If you'd rather just hang out and chill, totally cool. And another thing I am excited about, I am cracking open and drinking the last of the cherry Coke Zero. Did not mean to buy this. Wouldn't have been my first pick. Wouldn't have been my fifth pick for soda. But it's cold and wet and I'm thirsty, so I will drink it. Sir Waffle says Windows 11 is looming on the horizon. It's coming for your sound settings. Maybe. Maybe it is. But I've been working on a project, Sir Waffles. Tux Ramus has inspired me, I should say. And expired me. Yeah, it may expire me too. We'll see how the project goes. But Tux Ramus has inspired me, and I got intrigued. Steam has their own Linux distribution called Steam OS, and they originally designed it for Steam boxes, which were going to be these console-like PCs that were going to sell in the $500 or $600 range a few years ago. So you could basically have a gaming PC like an Xbox in your living room. And the concept never really took off. A few companies made Steam box models and shipped them, but they kind of went over like a lead balloon. But SteamOS 3 is going to appear in the Steam Deck, the new handheld they're coming out with this Christmas. And the operating system is freely redistributable. So what intrigues me about it is it will be possible to build a complete gaming and streaming rig that doesn't use Microsoft at all. I'm in the process of putting a new computer together for Mrs. Mustafa so I can swipe her old computer and use that as my Linux gaming box. And if that actually turns out to be a good thing, I may never have to worry about Windows wiping out my sound settings again. Now, of course, if they get gummed up in Linux, I'll have no idea how to fix it, but, Yeah, it's a challenge. So yeah, Windows 11 is terrifying. Um, but what's going to be interesting to see, a lot of Windows code, the engineering behind it, the software code. Microsoft gets a lot of help writing that, and a lot of the people who write that code are actually Intel software engineers. And Microsoft has a brand new scheduler built into Windows 11, and Microsoft is getting ready to ship their new 10 nanometer Alder Lake CPUs. These are the ones that have the power and efficiency cores, almost like an ARM processor in your phone, where they talk about the big and the little cores, where they've got more energy efficient cores and then higher speed cores for when you need the extra power. Well, Intel's going to be doing some stuff where, like, I think the top of the line chip is projected to be the i9 12900K. It's going to have 8 multi-threading power cores plus 8 efficiency cores. The efficiency cores don't multi-thread. They're like Atom processors in that regard. But you can fit 4 efficiency cores where you could normally just fit one of the power cores. So instead of having a 10-core processor for their top end, like they did with the 10900K, the 11900K was only an 8-core chip. They could only fit on, well, they had to fit fewer cores, I think in part because they upped the integrated video quality. And there's some other microarchitecture changes. This is boring stuff. I'll skip past it quickly. Anyway, the bottom line is, I think a lot of Windows 11 was designed around Intel's new microarchitecture that's getting ready to ship here in another month or two. It's rolling out in limited quantities before the first of the year, and then first quarter, second quarter 2022, you'll see the full line of chips released. But these Alder Lake chips are 10 nanometer. They're supposed to be very fast. And Microsoft has basically integrated this new scheduler to take advantage of the new Intel architecture. Whether Intel wrote that or Microsoft wrote that, I don't know. But Intel has always had a lot of influence on Windows development. And with those the new operating system being combined to work in conjunction with the new chips from Intel, it's going to be kind of exciting to see what comes of it. I mean, there could be some really big leaps forward in system performance. So, yeah, anyway, I'm building AMD systems instead, so I don't know what that says about me. Oh, the thing about Alder Lake, though, that I think is going to confuse and frighten people, they're rolling out DDR5 and PCIe Gen 5 compatibility. And one of the reasons the AMD boards got so expensive for Ryzen 5000 was when they upgraded from PCIe 3 to PCIe 4. It requires better isolation of the PCB layers, thicker, better isolated trace routes. You have to make a higher quality board, and it's just more expensive to manufacture that. Well, imagine going from PCI 4 to PCI 5, so the boards are going to be even more complex, more expensive to manufacture, plus they're rolling them out during a global supply shortage. And then on top of it, you're going to have the new GDDR5 memory, which is the latest bleeding edge stuff, and the voltage regulation for DDR5 memory switches from the motherboard onto the DIMMs themselves. They have to have their own custom voltage regulator circuitry built into the memory modules. The memory is going to be expensive, the boards are going to be expensive, the chips are going to be expensive. So I think some people who are waiting around for Alder Lake are going to get some sticker shock when they see what a motherboard, CPU, and RAM costs. But it's exciting. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming out. It's going to be great to see if Alder Lake can deliver and get Intel competitive again back in the PC hardware game. I've actually built, this is going to be the first AMD PC build I've done in over a year. The last two machines I've built, I've used Intel processors. because they were selling so cheap. I mean, there was a fire sale on Intel 6-core 12-thread CPUs. And what's weird is with the video card shortage, any of the Intel processors that have integrated video have gotten snapped up, and they're now selling for a premium instead of being fire sold. What even got me started on this topic? Windows 11. Yeah, so yeah, Windows 11. But it's exciting. Windows 11 is coming, and Alder Lake's coming, and nobody can buy a video card. So yeah, that's the whole thing. Ponton Finberry checking in. Hello, Ponton. I offered Gipio a chance to go run epic battles. I think the idea of it just confuses and frightens him. I got to tell the story, Gipio, because it made me laugh. Gipio and I were playing Apex Legends last night, and I asked him how his epic battles went with Hard Hit the other night. Hard Hit ran him through Helm's Dyke, and they were going to do Deeping Wall, and it took a really, really long time to run Helm's Dyke, and Hard Hit did it on a character that's probably got max engineering, and he spent so long setting it up. Gipio's like, yeah, I had to go to the bathroom while he was setting things up, so I went and I dropped a deuce, and I came back, and he was still setting stuff up, and I was laughing. It's like, yeah, if you can go do that and come back, and he's still setting up barricades, he must have planned for that really well. Oh, just hanging out tonight. That's okay. Can't buy video cards. Sold out? Yeah, unfortunately. Or if you can find a video card, you'll just pay double to 2.5 times its suggested retail price. So instead of paying $700 for a GeForce RTX 3080, you'll pay $2,000. Well, we did play everything. There you go. Well, and you didn't have to wait to go to the bathroom. You were able to get it done while Hard Hit took care of Helm's Dyke for you. So that's a good thing. And all I did was fire the ballistas. That's okay. You got to participate. Kill some orcs. I knew that Hard Hit would not lead you astray, so just sorry it took so long. And like I said, Deeping Wall will not be nearly as challenging, especially from a time standpoint. But yeah, it kind of begs the question what the heck the reward is for epic battles now with the new legendary item system. I should probably go ahead and launch into the game. Who are we playing tonight? We'll get Lenorian dusted off here. She's a minstrel. She's an elf. She's in Ringglo Vale. And what the heck am I doing in Ringglo Vale? I think I was running the epic storyline. I skipped through a lot of the Gondor epic storyline. And last week I went back and did the Western Gondor epic storyline, and it led me into Central Gondor, which is where I logged off. I might continue that. I might go do something else. If there's anybody out there, I don't know, whose gamer tag starts with a Z, who wants to go do some roving threats, they could let me know. I'm up for most anything tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. But, yeah, I just hope I didn't put anybody to sleep with all that PC hardware talk. So, the one bargain that's out there, and I found out why they're a bargain, are the new APUs from AMD. These are brand new Zen 3 core chips, very, very fast. They have a 6-core called the 5600G and an 8-core 16-thread chip called the 5700G. And these are lightning fast, but because they have integrated Vega video, they have half of the L3 cache that the regular CPUs have. It does cut back on top-end performance slightly, but I mean, we're talking about a slower Ferrari versus a faster Ferrari. These are very fast chips. You know, I'm building Mrs. Mustafa's new PC around the 5600G. It's got integrated Vega 7 graphics. She doesn't game. All she does is watch YouTube videos. It's still more than enough processing power for her. And in fact, if I needed to switch over to her computer to play and stream LOTRO, I could play and stream LOTRO with the integrated graphics on this PC, even with no video card. Well, the problem is the chips are so new that none of the motherboards actually have the BIOSes on them to run the processors. I ordered a new board and I ordered a new chip, and I thought this could be a problem. And so I get the new RAM posted on the board, and I get the CPU mounted, and I power the thing up, no post. So I actually had to order a Ryzen 3100 chip so I can use it to flash the BIOS on the motherboard and then put the 5600G back on it. But I have a feeling because of this problem, there's probably anybody who's bought a 56 or 5700G processor has probably returned it, because unless you already have a motherboard you flash the BIOS on, you're not going to get these chips to work, and it's a shame because they're super fast. Looking forward to getting that put together, but it's been an interesting week trying to get that sorted out. I called Newegg. They were like, talk to Gigabyte, the motherboard manufacturer. I didn't even bother trying to call Gigabyte. It's like, you know what? AMD used to have a loaner CPU program, because this happened maybe when the Zen, I don't remember which generation it was, but they shipped some chips that you had to upgrade the BIOS on the board for. And this happened before, and they had a program to deal with it. But I haven't seen anything like that this time around. So it's just one more reason to maybe order a pre-built, because I don't know too many people who'd want to deal with this if they ordered a motherboard and CPU that are completely compatible and just don't happen to work together. Even knowing how to go about it, it was a $120 fix to order a second CPU that I don't need. But I can turn around and resell the CPU and probably get as much as I paid for it back out of it. So it's just a temporary tie-up of some funds. But yeah, it's interesting times if you're looking to build a computer. AMD started shipping Radeon 6600 non-XT cards, 8 gigs, $329 and they were horribly reviewed. Nobody liked them. They're basically just the 5600 XT at a new higher price. It's basically like a 5600 XT with tariffs on it, is what it is. Which is fine. The 5600 XT is a nice fast card, but it's basically like the same speed as last generation's card for $60 extra. Or nah, it's not quite that bad. Was it $289 versus $329? So $40 more for the same. And as terrible as the cards are, they sold out instantly. But the hope is at least maybe AMD will be able to keep restocking them on a regular basis. But the 6600 is basically the 5600 XT, and the new 6600 XT is just basically the 5700 XT. And at least that card sells for the same price as the old one. I paid $369 for my 5700 XT a couple of years ago, and now the 6600 XT suggested retail on it I think is $389, $379 or $389. Yeah, you can't get them. You can't get any video cards unless you're willing to pay double the retail price. It's super annoying. Zinger says, I'll keep my eye out for someone like that. Thank you, Zinger. Please let me know if you find someone. Timo to One Gamer says, good evening, Mustafa. Hello, Timo. Welcome. It was quite fun. FYI, keep your IXP runes. They should be able to be turned in for stuff at a later date. Confirmed by Reninia on today's Court of the Rings. Yeah, I sold a bunch of mine on... I don't think she had a ton of them, but when we were on Adventures on Evernight on Wednesday on my personal channel, and I went through the legendary item switch on Mandalinia, my Runekeeper, and there's a lot of new language, traceries, and you've got to go to the last homely house in Rivendell and get your legendaries appraised, and then you can exchange them for stuff for the new things. It was easy enough to get geared up, and the new stuff seems to work fine, and we'll eventually all get used to it. It's just a little unsettling, but it turned out to not be that big of a deal. But it's weird because there's stuff like symbols of Celebrimbor and symbols of the Elder King and those compendiums I'd been collect. All that stuff is probably junk now. I don't even know if it'll have any trade value. If there's anything that can be done with it at some point. But yeah, I dumped a bunch of my heritage runes and then figured out, oh, they're still giving these out for some of these quests. And they'd actually gone in and fixed the quest rewards because I was doing some of the Galtrev dailies, and they used to give away compendiums and relics, and now they were just giving away item XP heritage runes, and I had dumped a bunch of mine. I'm like, I probably wanted to keep those. It's okay. That's why I like MSI motherboards. The USB BIOS flash option is great. Well, all of the major manufacturers offer BIOS flashback now, but it's only on the premium high-dollar boards. The board I got for Mrs. Mustafa's computer was on fire sale for 99 bucks. It's a nice B550 board. Tommy Lawless checking in. How you doing this evening? I am doing good, Tommy. Good to see you. Bargon says, save that stuff. You can likely convert it into scripts of something later. I will. I will quit throwing away stuff or vendoring it. MSI makes good boards. In fact, I put an MSI board in my niece's computer. I think I used ASRock for the other, a B460M board for the other Intel system I built for my friend Harry. And I probably would have bought an MSI board this time around, but the one I was looking at was sold out. I've got an Asus board in my system I'm using right now. Mrs. Mustafa's got my old system, which had an ASRock board in it. I've used MSI. The system I sold to Dan O'Criles, we'll give him a shout out just because. Dan O'Criles. He's been playing Escape from Tarkov. Dano is a fellow Nebraskan who drove 2 hours to buy my old Ryzen 1700X system, the water-cooled one I sold. And that had a Gigabyte X470 board in it. So I use all the major brands. I'm fairly brand agnostic. With video cards, with motherboards, with CPUs. I'm just kind of a bang-for-the-buck guy. Where can I get the most value for my dollar? And, it's all good. Everybody makes good stuff, and everybody makes a few turds, and you just kind of need to know which is which and spend your money accordingly. And this B550 Gaming X board by Gigabyte is not a sterling gem. It's a nice board. It's got a good feature set, but the VRM on it's a little weak. The voltage regulation module. It's perfectly fine for regular CPU use, but if you're overclocking a 12 or 16 core, you don't want this board. But for Mrs. Mustafa running a 65 watt 6-core 12-thread chip, it's the voltage regulation's plenty sturdy. So, I mean, it was just a good value for the money. It should be a good match for the chip once I get the BIOS updated to take the CPU. But it's just like, why are you shipping boards that are meant to go with a CPU and they don't have the updated BIOS on them? You'd think they'd be flashing those boards. But the problem is chips have been in such short supply, the CPUs, that I'm sure the warehouses are all full of motherboards that are 6, 8, 10 months old now and have been sitting around. So these brand new chips that just started shipping a month or two ago, the BIOSes on these boards are 6, 8 months old, 10 months old, a year old now. And they have no idea what these new chips are, so I've got to update them. But that's okay. We'll get that done. So, yeah. Puppet Box says, my last few boards have been Gigabyte. They've been solid, but I don't overclock or anything. Yeah, they're all good. I mean, and I think, what was it, MSI? I think they had some weak VRMs on their X570 boards, and they actually came out with version 2s of a lot of the boards with improved VRMs on them. They listened to the critical feedback they got and actually went and fixed their boards. ASRock's taken some heat for some of their board designs, and instead of listening to the criticism and improving the product, they just cut off the reviewers who criticized their boards. So normally ASRock's pretty good value for the money, but if that's how they handle their business, it's like, bit of a shame, really. You guys ought to strive to do better. Task at hand. Now, why is that flashing, I wonder? Why fix the board when you can silence the critics? Well, because they didn't really silence the critics. It's kind of interesting to see even companies as big as NVIDIA, when they try to get poopy with some of the tech tubers, it's backfired. And Hardware Unboxed out of Australia, they're actually one of my go-to favorite TechTube channels because they're very thorough, but the videos tend to be fairly succinct. Gamers Nexus does really good work, but sometimes I think Steve Burke loves the sound of his own voice a little too much. I mean, he'll do a 30 or 40 minute video where Gamers Nexus can cover the same Hardware Unboxed can cover the same topic and do it in 15 minutes. And it's like, yeah, I'll watch the short video. Thanks. But there have been a couple instances where people have gone after Hardware Unboxed for their reviews, and they've just gotten roasted in public because of, well, some support from other larger tech tubers. Linus Tech Tips has, like, I don't know, 12 or 14 million subscribers. He's the 800-pound gorilla of tech tubers. And he came out in support of Hardware Unboxed when NVIDIA was crapping on him, and it did not work out well for NVIDIA. I guess I'm good. What am I supposed to be collecting? Okay. Collect suitable tinder. To the northeast. I'm northeast. Where's the tinder? Are you Tinder? No. I can just walk through here. These guys can't even aggro me. Wooden chest. I'm in completely the wrong place for Tinder. Alright, let's head back. I got my orcs killed anyway. So it's always exciting, but I'm just glad to have another PC project going finally. I haven't built anything new in a while. I was starting to Jones for it. Oh, I must need to go to the timber camp. Okay. Maybe that's where they wanted me to kill the orcs, too. I'm not a smart man. It's like, where would there be timber or tinder? Probably at the lumber camp that's right up the hill, Ed. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Suitable tinder. Looks like there's an Orc Slayer deed I can still finish out here. I just have to kill a few hundred orcs. And I've got my tinder. I read it as tinder, but once I said timber, then I kept wanting to say timber after that, and it is tinder. So I know talking about voltage regulation sounds like boring geek stuff, and it kind of is, but it becomes important when, like, say, the voltage regulation module on your video card's not quite up to snuff, and you play a game like New World and it blows up your video card. Then it becomes very important, so I try to keep track of that stuff. I'm happy to say there's no reports of New World blowing up my particular video card. Back to the entrance. We ride for the entrance to Ethring. So when I bought the 6-pack of Coke Zero, I walked into our neighborhood Walmart grocery, and they only had 2 6-packs on the shelf. So I bought the last 2. One of them was actual Coke Zero, and one of them, unbeknownst to me, was Cherry Coke Zero. And the 2 labels look exactly alike, except for this little white lettering up here that says Cherry, which I didn't notice. I just grabbed the 2 6-packs and went. But the labels are so similar, they're almost indistinguishable unless you look for the cherry labeling above the main logo. Relight standing torches that have gone out in Ethring. Okay. I don't remember ever doing this quest before. That's super weird, Bonton. I wonder what could have happened. I really ought to install LOTRO on my SSD drive instead of my platter drive. I think I'd be much happier with the game performance. But it's one of those things that it's like, yeah, I probably should do that. I won't, though. Too much time. Scan the hard drive, and all it says is there's no errors and it's fine.
Will this night ever end?
No, it will not. Well, I'm definitely not going to use a heavy bridle in any event. What else do we have?
I have family in the town of Lean here, and I worry for their safety.
We ride for Lynn here, and for glory. Well, this should have me passing through central Gondor at a pretty good clip if I'm already moving on. Geeks Tour says, what? No fall festival? I don't know what I'm doing for sure, Geeks Tour. We might do some fall festival. I like me some Haunted Burrow action.
How may I help you, friend?
I'd like to rent a horse. So, yeah, I decided to not spend a lot of time and energy getting too worked up about the legendary item switchover, and in hindsight, it turns out to have been the right call. Looks like Standing Stone's actually put some thought into this, and overall, seems like it should be pretty smooth. Just the initial anxiety of switching over and wondering if you're screwing something up, and, you know. To quote Kadithi, it'll be fine. I like what Ed does. No questions asked. Thank you, Geeks Tour. After this, though, I think Mrs. Mustafa went out and bought me 2 full cases of regular Coke Zero. God bless her. I knew there was a reason I married that woman. So I'm choking down the last cherry Coke Zero, and then I've got nothing but crisp, delicious refreshment to look forward to for the next 48 bottles. She is pretty awesome. You're not wrong, Geeks Tour. Good thing no other games lost, at least with LOTRO being an MMO, you lose nothing. Other games you might lose your saves, yeah. Potton says, I blame Windows. That's pretty weird for you to just lose. Were the folders still there and you just lost the contents of the folders, or were the folders deleted too? To just have a couple of directories worth of stuff wiped out like that is super weird. She's like, LOTRO Support Person of the Year? Can we start that award? Yeah, I think so. Many a time, Geekster, has the disembodied hand of Mrs. Mustafa kept me nourished during marathon game sessions. Folders were still there, but the contents were gone. It's really strange. You've found the town of Lynn here, which straddles the river Gilrain. I'd like to I just screwed up my own joke. I'd like to straddle that river. Oh, yeah. Would have been funnier if I'd have actually gotten it out right the first time. Defeat Corsairs. Defeat Haradrim. Find Barad Rill, the lighthouse, and Dora and Ernal to the southwest. Well, if I'm going to do that, I may as well take the Dora and Ernal lighthouse daily. So there will be plenty of Corsairs and Haradrim there. Should be a landmark within the game for Mrs. M.
This darkness is a weight on my mind. This darkness is a weight on my mind.
Yeah, I can go do this while I'm out there too. And blinding the enemy.
There's naught but ill omens these days.
That's the opposite direction, so I'll leave that alone. Clear down to the left there, past the ships, there's a broken lighthouse. We ride for it. Sometimes there's a roving thread out here that's not too hard to solo. Probably will not challenge him tonight, though. You know what I could do would be swap out my legendaries for the new ones, and then go try some roving threats. That might be enough to give me an edge. Oh, I was at work yesterday, and we got a shipment, a couple of boxes in, and one of the guys was like, "What's in the box?" And I started going, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" And he didn't get the reference. I'm like, "You've never seen Seven?" Nope. All right. I told him what was in the box. And then one of the guys was like, spoiler alert. I'm like, if he hasn't seen 7 by now, he's probably not gonna. Are you adventuring alone tonight? I'm afraid so, Geeks Tour. I've offered Gipio and Zinger the exciting opportunity to adventure with me, and both have declined. Although, in fairness to Gipio, he's put up with an awful lot of me already this week. Normally, I feel like Gipio and I are pretty equal at Apex Legends. And this week, he was carrying my butt the whole time. I've not been playing well the last few days. I think in part because I had Cherry Coke Zero instead of proper Coke Zero to drink, and it's been throwing off my game. Gipio, on the other hand, has been playing extremely well. But I did talk him into hanging out with Hard Hit the other day, and he probably felt dirty afterward and resents me for suggesting it. I don't know. Did I get all the guys killed I'm supposed to get killed? Yeah, I did. Alright, I might need to kill some more half-trolls. Let's kill some half-trolls and see. If you get a chance to drop a half-troll, it's usually a good idea. Just go ahead and murder him dead whenever you get the chance. There's a Slayer deed for him, too. We'll get a kill a few more at the lighthouse too, but I can move on from here. I had to take the shot. 2 more half-trolls. Had to put them down like rabid dogs. Apparently these guys aren't actually in here. Doran Ernal. Barad Rill. The lighthouse has been toppled. Beyond the Corsair fleet continues its course. I guess I don't need to kill anybody here. Just collect relics. Of course, on the other hand, I still have Slayer deeds to do. Okay, we'll murder everybody while we're here. This chest is heavily adorned. Ooh, a treasure cache. Retired Essence Reclamation Scroll. Don't have enough room to crush that. Aerlingus Marbles recipe. That's probably a good clue. Essence of Tracery Reclamation Scroll. Yeah, let's see what's in the treasure cache. Enduring Helm of Fate. And a Shattered Spear, maybe. Okay, then. For Dolgamil. That cleared the room. He did not make it. I planted the banner. We ride. Actually, what's funny is one of the reasons I wanted to get this caught up. Oh, there's one of the roving threats. That's the one that's actually pretty easy to solo. I wanted to get my Anthelus Crystals of Remembrance. So, don't really need to worry about that right now either. Although maybe. I don't know, maybe they're still in use. It might be interesting to get to that part of the epic and get one to see if it's still usable or not.
I do not want to weigh you down with our
Search the
troubles.
Corsair camp to the northeast of Lynn here. We're looking for Roniel. Ginger says no longer in use, but they're talking about a trade-in system. Hi, Ginger. You can check out Ginger's LOTRO streams at twitch.tv/Ginger. And you can check out her granddaughter, who was last seen playing League of Legends, but also streams plenty of LOTRO.
This darkness is a weight on my mind. There's naught but ill omens these days.
Ooh, look at me go. Completed Kindred to Pelargir. And ally to Dol and Ernal. We might have run retaking Pelargir a few times. I'll go ahead and shout out my good friend Gipio as well. Although I don't know when the last time Gipio streamed was. You get a chance to do any streaming lately, Gipio?
Gondor needs your aid.
Oh, nice. I've got fused Aerlingus relics in my bag. Those are super valuable now. Woodworking scrolls. Helm of Fate. Oh, that's actually a usable shield for a minstrel. It's a might shield. It's a pretty nice shield, though. I guess that's just a sign I need to probably craft myself a new shield. Would have been a good shield for a captain. What else do we have I can dump here? Blemish symbol of Celebrimbor. So those might be tradable at some point. I seem to have a lot of obsidian scales. I think we can probably trade a few more of those in at some point. Where the heck am I going? To the camp to the northeast, I think. Let's go ahead and remove that from the quest tracker. We ride Ginger says, this sun I'm going to start a series of streams covering the basics, starting with character creation. Oh, that should be useful. I like it. Roniel is not here, but a ragged doll catches your eye. The yellow-haired doll has seen better days. Did Roniel drop her here? I don't know, but I have no reason to kill these pirates. Makes me sad. I want to murder them. So who all here is playing a Brawler, and how do you like the class? Let's talk some LOTRO. Tell me about stuff I don't know about, which is a lot of things, actually. Brawlers, Bjornings, what goes on in the mind of women. These things are all a mystery to Big Ed Mustafa. Oh, Roniel, where are you? Come hither, young Roniel, for it is I. A girl sleeps by the banks of the river.
Fear not. I have lulled the child to sleep with my song. Not all who come this way have kindness in their hearts.
Played one on Bull Roar and plan to make one soon. Pont says, I started playing a brawler but haven't gotten very far yet, but it seems fun so far. Cool. I feel like I kill things quickly before I really use a skill that requires metal. Yeah. I run into that with Warden a lot too. You'll be building up one of your big skills and you'll kill whatever you're fighting before you get a chance to wind it up completely. That happens on Champ too. You'll be like, oh, I'm so totally gonna wreck them. Oh, it's dead already. Hello, you frenzied Hendriville. I'm gonna kill him just for buzzing around there. And because there's a Slayer deed. Not always, just sometimes. Yep. I love the throw stuff skill. Throwing stuff is always a good time. I have a really long, boring story I could tell you about Acheron's Call sometime. I don't even feel like telling it tonight, and you guys wouldn't feel like listening to it.
It has been long years since I cast my eye beyond the banks of the stream.
Oh, hello. Are you a friend of my mother?
Yes, and she's looking for you, young girl. I like how you leave her out here and don't take her back with you, so she can face all of the wolves, the orcs, the Haradrim. Yeah, just run on back to town when you get the chance. And here's your dolly. Bye. Hopefully Raniel can kill a few dozen Haradrim on her way back to town. All kinds of random items. Did I give up? Where's her mom? Did I walk past her?
My daughter Roniel has returned, but she had an unusual story to tell.
My mother does not believe me, but I can convince her.
There you go.
Lean here is in your debt.
I know you are.
There's one more thing.
Ginger says, I'm off to bed. Need sleep. Just stopped in to say hi. Always a pleasure, Ginger. You have a good night, and I'll look forward to hopefully catching some of your stream on Sunday. The basics of character creation. Maybe with Ginger's help I can finally create that Hobbit champ I've been wanting to play. They say there's a dancing man. Is that who I'm looking for? Yep. Where's the dancing man? Hello, dancing man.
Welcome! Welcome! The winds of hope are blowing.
Collect Southern badges and Umbar badges. Alright, I could do that. Some is going to clip it for YouTube, I think. Awesome. Be early, like 7 a.m. Pacific. Alright, I will be missing that stream then. Good luck. Although not just because I want to sleep in, although I would still sleep in even if I didn't. We've got our... actually, that'd be about 9 o'clock Central. That wouldn't be terrible. Well, maybe I can catch it on YouTube. We have our annual RC Flying Club auction Sunday morning. And I got to be there at 6 a.m. And Mrs. Mustafa and I are going to help with computer setup. And I have to auctioneer all day. So it's a big fundraiser for the club. It's what pays for all of the hot dogs and Coke Zero for the whole year. It's a pretty big deal. We usually get like 120, 150 buyers and sellers signed in. And we'll move $20,000, $25,000 worth of merchandise through there. And the club gets to keep 10% of the selling price of everything. Pays for all of the fun flies and events throughout the year. Are these not the guys with the badges I'm looking for? Nope. I must need to go out the other side and come back, I guess. Sargarth checking in. Hey Ed, just popping in to say hi. A little busy with tax stuffs tonight. Hi Sargarth, good to hear from you, man. I ran into Sargareth the other night in somebody else's channel and said hello. I forget who I was raiding at the time or hosting. Always good to see you, man. I hope everything's going well. Thanks for saying hello. Good night, Ginger. Now I'm in Lebanon. I think I'm on the wrong side of the river. We'll just keep swimming like Dory told us. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. One. Two. Three. Don't really need to kill the wolf, but there's a Slayer deed for creatures, so. There's another player clear out here. X-Drone the Wary. Well, we got our Southron badges. I guess I need to find some Corsairs. If I were Corsairs, where would I be? Kind of hoping Mrs. Mustafa, it looked like she bought stuff to make nachos at the store. But she's feeling a little poop today. It was a dialysis day, and I don't think things went well. She's okay, she just feels kind of run down. She'll bounce back tomorrow. But I don't think she's in a nacho making mood. In fact, I may have to go fetch my own Coke Zero here at some point. John checking in. Hello, Calingweth. Welcome. How you doing, mate? I am doing great. It's been a good week. There is nobody out here. Let's head back to that coastline. I'll go grab a Coke Zero while I'm swimming. Cheers, stream hype! Ooh, cheers for the shout out. My pleasure. Yeah, Mrs. Mustafa is passed out in front of the TV on the couch, where she had been watching reruns of The Rifleman. I will not be getting nachos anytime soon, unless I order some from DoorDash. It's a Haradrim. This is more Haradrim. Where the hell are the Corsairs? I need pirates, not Easterlings. Or Southrons. To admit the view looking real good with the rain on the water. Yeah. It's always been my goal to stream LOTRO in the highest visual fidelity possible. I really like the way it looks. And I like showing the game off in all of its glory. I think there's pirates on the island, I hope. Yeah, here we go. Hopefully there's 4 more the other direction. Lord Smooch is checking in. Hello, Lord Smooches. I'm doing good, my friend. Good to see you. Calingwath and Lord Smooches have joined us on occasion on Wednesday nights. Adventures on Evernight on the Big Ed Mustafa channel. We will shout out Lord Smooches. Last seen playing Science and Tech. And if you guys want to come by some random Wednesday night and see what we're up to. We've been doing a lot of epic battles lately, and we've been having some fun getting good at the 12-man raid version of Deeping Wall, which is just amazing how much stuff is going on at one time on that. Are those the only 4 pirates on this whole island? I thought there was more to it than that. That's okay. Hopefully by now they've respawned over by the ship. Lord Smooches says, I am doing good. I'm glad to hear it. So one of the things we were talking about earlier is who's playing Brawlers and how do you like them so far? Lord Smooches, Sean, either of you guys got a Brawler yet? think we're one Corsair short. Lord Smoocha says, not yet. Is that a separate purchase or is it free? It's a separate purchase. I think you can get a Gundabad bundle that comes with it, and if you pre-order, you can play the Brawler now, or I'm wrong, one of the two. Or you can purchase the Brawler separately. I think it's 1,000 LOTRO points. I like the sand castle. These pirates must have had a lot of time on their hands sitting out here on the sandbar. That's kind of fun. Yep, don't go in that water. 2,000 hit points a second. Yeah, I'm waiting to buy the collector's edition first then. Have not made one just yet. We'll be looking into it soon though. Cool. And there's my 4th Corsair. My 8th badge. We'll head back to shore and then we ride to Pelargir or Pelagir. We ride for that one town that we've had to liberate 47 times already. Oh no, loot I don't need is timing out and falling away. This is kind of a nice, fun little town. And I guess as long as I'm here, I can vendor some stuff. I think the vendors are they down here on either side? Is that the deal? Ooh, we got a task board too. Yeah, let's talk to the provisioner.
How may I help you, friend?
I would like you to buy some crap. See what we got here. What do we need to sell immediately? Well, that we can just right click on. Let's make sure nothing valuable is going to fall out immediately. Traveler's steel-bound loot boxes, more valuable than ever. Oh, that's actually useful for something? Okay. Beak. You know what? I'm not going to keep one wing. Goodbye. What else we got? Shattered hatchets. Still useful. Alright, well, let's scroll down. Ally to Lebanon is done. Our friend to Lebanon complete. Ally to Lebanon underway. There we go. And I have more emeralds to sell. And I'll sell that scarn. And I don't need one pitted sword sheath.
How may I help you, friend?
Okay, now we ride to Pelargir. And for glory. Coke Zero without the taste of cherry cough medicine added to it. It's glorious. There is a war band that usually hangs around out here. I used to have a lot of fun fighting it. I wonder if it's down here. I don't see it. Shataz? No Shataz. You have found Thorongil, and he is, as you suspected, Aragorn, son of Arathorn.
We will see if there is any of Thorongil still within me, I suppose.
Yeah, I think this used to give a Anphilis Crystal of Remembrance.
Let us storm the city and retake it from our enemies. Most of the Corsairs have fled in terror.
That's interesting, though. They're still giving blemished symbols of Celebrimbor.
We must find Balakor and put an end to the threat of Umbar.
We're going to go storm the Night Jewel.
Balakor will not be without defenses.
Okay, I'm Gucci with the new allies. Guardian went from like 90% of their physical mastery to 147. The catch-up is real. Cool. Someone call Coke and hire Ed for ads supporting the product, right? I should have been getting endorsement checks from them for the last 5 or 6 years now. Talk to Legolas and declare your intentions. Okay. Oh, I think this is the guy who made me swim for it. Free the enslaved men up here, Lenorian. Okay. Some quests they missed on changing rewards. I'd imagine that will be fixed in the future. No, they fixed it. Excuse me. I normally get those muted. I hadn't even thought about what it'd be like to go back and play my Guardian again. I have a Guardian who's like 114th level on Crick Hollow. I already regret coming back here. Lenorian, how goes the fighting? Everyone's dead. Oh, no, here's the big boss, man. Talk to Gimli at Aragorn's camp. You still got a symbol which is no longer useful unless they have other plans. Well, that's what I'm saying. Why would they change the quest but leave that symbol in? Maybe the barter vendors just weren't ready or something? I don't know. Besides, no longer useful is how Mrs. Mustafa defines me, but she still keeps me around. Now what do we have to get rid of? Okay, well I need to hang on to this Traveler's Steel-bound loot chest, because that's highly valuable. Like this dirt. This emerald I don't need. And this is a highly valuable essence. Well, that was kind of a no-win. I opened those hoping to compact my space, but I opened 2 boxes and ended up with 2 pack slots used. At least the symbols of Celebrimbor are stackable. What else we got? Another steel-bound loot box.
Let us rest for a brief while, and then we will make ready the ships.
We will make ready the ships. I need more pack space. That seems to be the theme tonight. We'll ditch the zircons too. Figured if those stack up fast enough, they're at least worth keeping for the silver, but nothing in Middle Earth is more valuable than pack space. Find and defeat terrified Haradrim near Arinos. It's easy for me to say. Okay, we ride for Arinos. And for glory. And I got a trait point. Gaffer Boffin says, what are all those stacks of broken weapons good for? Those are good for... If you can't fix a vacuum, what good are you? Well, I haven't used the thing like ever. That Dyson ball is hers. You're having problems with our Dyson ball vacuum, and I kind of asked it, how long ago did we get... It's old. We've had it a long time now. And the thought in the back of my head was like, well, let's just go buy another Dyson ball. But Mrs. Mustafa is just sure that if she hangs on long enough, eventually the vacuum will just magically start working again. It's kind of the world's loudest vacuum anyway. It sounds like the world is ending when she runs the thing. Hey, Shataz is here. I may be up for fighting Shataz. That sounds like a good time, actually. His warband of half-trolls. Where is Shataz? Anyway, Gaffer Boffin, those broken weapons are good for task item turn-ins. And you get all kinds of good rewards from doing your task item turn-ins, including experience points, item experience points, war steed experience points, reputation points with whatever faction you'd like. You can earn titles. You can earn cosmetics. You can earn crafting stuff. He wasn't here before, but he's supposed to be out here now. Where's Shataz? Shataz and his half-trolls are pretty big boys. Yeah, they're tough to miss, actually. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to leave Shataz alone. You go on about your business, Shataz. I'll catch up to you later. In order to stay ahead of those half-trolls, I've got to stay mounted. And minstrels do such little damage mounted, it's not worth picking that fight. If I were on a different class of character, I'd think about it. You can take him. Well, I haven't died on stream yet. I probably will at some point, but I don't need to go looking for an excuse to get murdered. He was not a terrified Haradrim. These are not the Haradrim I need to be fighting, apparently. Here we are, retreating tracks. You study the tracks, you feel eyes upon you. Someone hides nearby. Hear a woman's voice calling out from the town of Aranos to the north. Well, hello. It's more fun if you're looking. That's true. Watching me die horribly over and over is more of an Apex Legends thing, Sean.
I saw another invader nearby. He crept that way around the wall.
There's a Haradrim sorcerer around the wall. Hello, sorcerer.
The great master we follow gives life unending to those who faithfully serve.
His mocking smile remains. I've got to go back to the camp of the Grey Host now. It's a long ride. It's a good thing I have Coke Zero. We ride for the camp of the Grey Host. And for glory. Sorry, that wasn't very Rohirric. We ride for the camp of the Grey Host, and for glory, and for Theoden King. It could also be LOTRO if you play your cards right. That's true. I've had a few nights like that. I know none of my friends want to remind me of Nala Doom, for instance. Oof. Heard it. Did someone say Nala Doom? Yep. Oh, you missed a story I told at the beginning of the stream. Apparently you spent a really long time setting up Helm's Dyke the other night for Gipio.
What troubles you? Share it with me, and we will bear its burden together.
Yeah, let's get rid of something. Hooded Cloak of the Black Gate. These are useless. Let's get rid of these. We have a lot of them too. I think I was saving some of that stuff because I was going to have Chromite walk me through making legendary healing items, and it's like, okay, don't really need that.
There is much to be done, and little time in which to do it.
Yeah, Gipio was telling me, he's like, yeah, I had to go to the bathroom, so while Hardhit was setting up Helm's Dyke, I went and dropped a deuce, and when I came back, he was still setting it up. Like, dang, that must have gone pretty smoothly. Not dropping the deuce, the Helm's Dyke, if you spent that much time setting it up ahead of time. Maybe both, I don't know. Black Sail's Quest for the Grey Company. Alright.
I want to know the hazards of the Undoing before we put upon the water. I am still weak from my stay within Saruman's dungeons, exhausted and frustrated. There is much hardship ahead of us. Did you fight in the battle?
This is a lot of work. 4 sub-quests to wrap up the 1 meta quest. Or the wrapper quest, if you will. I seem to be collecting shattered hatchets at a pretty good clip. Essence or Tracery Reclamation Scroll. Interesting. Be nice if those boxes stacked. So it looks like I just need to run into Pelargir, talk to some people, and come back, hopefully. Hopefully. Well, we racked up some LOTRO points tonight just based on reputation. Allied to Lebanon. Friend to Lebanon. Title awarded. We ride for Pelargia. Okay, I broke down and got the expansion. I admire your enthusiasm, Lord Smooches, if not your impulse control. Collect fallen Corsair swords by the docks. I can do that.
The appearance of the dead men.
Talk to Corsair, no, to Coroner in Pelargir, somewhere south of Halibrad. I can do that. I'm heading south right now. I'm part bipolar. I have no control. Plus with the voices for my schizophrenia, it's a done deal. There you go. I try to be that voice in my friends' heads. Like, go ahead, you know you want to. Radnir.
Looks like Techeron.
Pick up supply crate by Radnir in the west gate. Alright, what am I supposed to do with it? That's my role in the airplane club, actually. Hey, Ed, should I get this model or that model? Well, the only way you'll know which one you like better is to buy them both. I crashed a plane, Ed. What should I do? Buy two to replace it, and that way you'll never run out. Yeah, if you're trying to save money, you don't want to talk to me.
If I never see another crate, it will be far too soon for me.
Well, where am I going with the crate I'm carrying? That's the real question. So I need to figure out where this goes. Search crates. Carry the supply crate to the Corsair flagship moored at the large southern dock of the Market Ward. Okay. Not going to be able to pick those up either. This might be it. Thanks you for the supplies, though it lost him a wager. Awesome. Yeah, they always argue with me, hard hit. Well, I appreciate you mentioning your condition and sharing that with the community, Lord Smooches. I don't believe people understand exactly how common that is. Statistically speaking, 0.9% of the world's population suffers from schizophrenia. That's almost 1 out of every 100 people. And that's worldwide. Which, with 300 million plus people in the United States, that means we've got 2.7 million schizophrenics. And they're just people with families, living their lives, trying to get by and deal with it as best they can. So, God bless you. And then you'll run into these hybrid diagnoses where they'll talk about schizoaffective bipolar disorder or bipolar affective schizophrenia. It can be very difficult to find the right combination of meds that work. It can be... Yep, now where am I taking this barrel? Bring the Corsair swords where? Carry the supply barrel to the Corsair flagship. Oh good. I get to carry the barrel again. Thanks. So yeah, no, it's a common problem. Millions of Americans are afflicted with significant mental issues and have to deal with them as best they can on a regular basis. It can be quite challenging as far as insurance and doctors and just coping with it on an ongoing basis. Yeah, it sucks, but I've been dealing with it since I was 6, and I've learned that video games calm the voices down. My diagnosis is schizoaffective. Okay. Oh, talk to him at the Corsair flagship. I was just there and I didn't see a ring above his head. We'll go back anyway. Apex is great for calming one's nerves. It can be. We have fun playing Apex. I'm not always a huge dick when I play Apex Legends. Often that happens, but not terribly often. That's one of the things I like about LOTRO. LOTRO is just very relaxing and engaging, except for Nala Doom.
It pains me to see Lothrandir so weak, so tired.
If you don't take it too seriously and you're just kind of rolling with the punches, Apex is a lot of fun. On the other hand, if you're having one of those nights where no matter what, you just keep getting sweated on by other squads and getting wrecked and not getting anything done, it's frustrating. Apex's matchmaking can be quite cruel. I must have found what I was seeking. Folded parchment in the crate, maps of the Anduin's course. Okay.
I can ascertain little from these maps, but Orthon will fare better.
Court of the Ship Kings. Okay. Fallout 76, well, most of the Fallout games, not just 76, but Fallout 76 and the good Fallout games are kind of a nice blend between Apex and LOTRO. There's plenty of action, but there's great storytelling. I enjoy them quite a bit.
What a fine gift! I did not think you knew of my interest in cartography. I overheard your conversation with Orthon, and have a suggestion of my own.
Somewhere south. Alright, well, let's get these swords dropped off. I can go on a snipe hunt. Northwest entrance to Pelargia. I think northwest entrance is where I came from, isn't it? We'll head back there. And it would be super peachy to run into what's his name. On my way back. He's supposed to be over here somewhere. Coroner? Oh, Coroner. Oh, Coroner, come here, boy. Coroner should be right up these stairs somewhere. Lariana turned me on to a terrific Fallout streamer. I'm not sure where she's from. She's got a wonderful southern drawl, and she calls everybody boogers all the time. Mawtater. So if you want to watch somebody who's actually good at Fallout 76, play Fallout 76, you can check out Mawtater.
I am not in the mood to talk.
Talk to Galadir, somewhere in the south of Coroner in Pelargir. Coroner does not wish to talk. You're not going to let me jump down here? Boo. Boo for not letting me jump down here. Because I have to go back the way I came. And for one more thing to file under Ed is always the last to know. I mentioned I just found out earlier this week Stina is back streaming on LOTRO stream, apparently in an ad hoc fashion. If there's nobody on and she's got time, she's streaming. And if somebody else is on, or she's busy, she doesn't stream. But that's kind of a fun arrangement. She was the first LOTRO stream team member that I'm aware of to get partnered. And it's always nice to see her playing and streaming LOTRO.
Yes, what do you want?
It's possible some of you have not met Stina yet. If you are not following her, shame on you. What was that accent he just yelled at me in? That was weird. Okay, so let's get the swords brought back to the entrance. I think we can head back to the camp.
I see you had more success with the weapon gathering than I did.
I did have success. Thank you so much for asking. We ride for the camp of the Grey Host. And for glory. And I should probably be on a war steed, but it's okay. More time to drink Coke Zero as I travel. There are so many great streamers who stream LOTRO. I'm sorry you guys get stuck with me on Friday night. But hey, everybody else has a life and something else to do. It's just me and Mrs. Mustafa at home, and she's asleep on the couch, so I'm just glad you guys are here to keep me company. Who knows what mischief I would get into without you guys keeping an eye on me.
Thank you for finding the maps and helping.
Your quest is done.
Thank you.
Your quest is done.
Asking for help does not come naturally to me.
Your quest is done.
True to each other, we have nothing to fear.
Your quest is
not
done.
too onerous for you.
All of their quests are done.
I will soon depart on the ships, but I have another purpose for you.
I have heard a great deal about you, and I welcome you as a companion.
Banner of the King emote.
I have 4,000 men with me. They will travel behind us.
Banner Gondor, huh? Alright. Defeat Herodrim in Upper Lebanon. I can do that. We ride for Upper Lebanon. Boom! Just like that, I can whip it out. It's the Banner of Gondor. I must have that on some other characters. I don't know. I just never bothered with it. That's funny. I wonder how long the banner stays in place. You can just leave those all over the landscape. I am an endless banner factory now. Probably fighting roving threats. That could be. There's my buddy Shataz. Leave those in the cisterns to find your way out. Ooh, that's good advice. I can pretty much run the cisterns of Minas Tirith blindfolded now. Not really a problem. Well, I'm in Upper Lebanon. Was I in Lower Lebanon? Let's check our map. Where the hell am I going? There's Pelargir. There's me. Oh, Upper Lebanon is on the other side. Okay. That makes sense. They want me to cross the river. Nope, that's still the wrong way, Ed. So we don't want to cross here. I don't think there's any way to get up the other side, so we got to go back and ride through town. Which is a little annoying, I'm not going to lie. But there's a stable master that'll just take me right through town. So we'll do that. That Gondor banner is kind of like a hollow spray, only different. There's the stable master.
Gondor needs your aid.
We ride for East Pelargir and for glory. And for Theoden King. And for Coke Zero. Just got over my addiction to chocolate marshmallows and nuts. I won't lie, it was a rocky road. Oh, Mrs. Mustafa took my snacking advice. Actually, she's known about this for a couple of years. But she bought candy corn because we had a couple of bowls of, or a couple of jars of peanuts we hadn't been eating. So she was mixing bowls of candy corn and peanuts together. It's like eating a salted nut roll. It's a pretty good combination. It makes the peanuts not so salty and intense. And it makes the candy corn actually taste good. They blend well together. And what's funny is I just mentioned this to somebody at work today. And he's like, I'd never heard of this before. And then somebody at one of the branches just mentioned it to me yesterday. They said it was incredible. I'm like, well, it's not really incredible. It's pretty good. And he's like, nope, it's incredible. And I started laughing. It's like, I think if they think candy corn and peanuts is incredible, they probably need a little more excitement in Papillion. It's a little bedroom community just south of Omaha. We went out to one of the bank branches and they were just discovering this delicious snack treat. Which it's good. It's just, like I said, it's much better than eating candy corn by itself. This is the season where Candy corn is looking for a home. I got to get to the candy store. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Brock's actually makes a Thanksgiving dinner flavored candy corn package where it's like turkey and green beans and different flavors of candy corn. And as you eat them, it's supposed to be like eating Thanksgiving dinner candy corn style, which doesn't sound very good, frankly. But my candy guy always has the weird stuff like that, and it'd be fun to try it. Plus, we haven't been there to see him for a while, so it's always good to go in and support small businesses. There's supposed to be a bunch of Haradrim out here riding around. So far, all I'm seeing is wild animals. Where are those pesky Haradrim? Oh, we got a warband. You small fellowship. Kasota? Where is Kasota? I feel like if I don't try to get killed at least once, I will be letting Sean down. Feel like I owe it to Calangwath to take one for the team here. Just to keep things lively, since I've been mostly fighting gray mobs while doing storyline content. Well, I can't find Kasota. Sure, Kasota would have put a whooping on me. Where the heck are all the Haradrim? I can't find Kasota, and I can't find the Haradrim. I'm already to Tomb Laden, huh? Hard hit, you make sure you get that book of dad jokes returned to the library in time. Don't be getting fined again. Pot and Finberry says, I'm off. Have fun storming the castle. Now I feel bad. Your joke was so bad, hard hit, that Ponton's leaving. Take care, Ponton. Hopefully we'll get a chance to hang out later this weekend. Although, you know, I'm going to go ahead and call this in advance. Sunday night, I'm not sure I'll be streaming. 2 reasons. I will have been working at the club auction all day and will be really tired. And secondly, the Seahawks are on Sunday Night Football playing the Pittsburgh Steelers. And while they haven't given me too much to cheer about so far this year, there's always a chance they might win a game, so... Herudora 7G says, it's so sad they designed the horse to drift. The one and only downfall to this marvelous game. It is a marvelous game. And it's unfortunate. Well, I'm already to Arnok. Where the hell are the Herodrum? Maybe the devs went out and saw the Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift before they created War Steeds. Could be. Like, dude, it would be so cool if you could drift a war horse. Dude, let's totally put that in the game. I'd like to think that's not what happened. Let's go fight some Herodrum at the river, maybe. Yeah, if they actually did a War Steed redesign, I don't know anybody would complain about that. Yeah, and the shame of it is if you're on a decent enough system and the servers are acting right. More ghouls. Okay, no Herodrum here. It's all orcs. Mounted combat's not awful. It's just rare to get the right conditions for it, though. Gotta go, mate. Need to take son to the hospital. All right. Take care, Sean. Hopefully the son's okay. Sorry to hear you've got to make that trip. Nobody likes going to the hospital. Be well. Nice of him to even stop to mention it. If you got to go to the hospital, you got to go to the hospital. Okay, somewhere in Upper Lebanon, there's some Herodrum. I'll be damned if I can find them. Holy cow. I know. I think Zinger really enjoyed not playing with me on Friday nights for a long time and doesn't want to get back into it. I don't blame him. Well, I think there's a Haradrim hiding there behind that tree. Let's murder him and see if that helps advance my quest. One! Where are all the Haradrim hiding? If I could, I would murder him again and again. There's one. He really cuts in on all the time I could be organizing my bags. I know, right? At least he's still putting up with me on Wednesdays. I appreciate that. Zinger knows he's always welcome back, and I'd love to be questing with him on Fridays again. But if he'd rather just hang, I totally understand too. Find the entrance to that place you've already ridden through. Okay, I think I can do that. We ride for the entrance and for glory. Tomb Laden has become home to many displaced refugees. Talk to White City refugees. Great Pete Townsend album, White City. In White City. I don't think he meant Gondor. I think he was talking about someplace else.
As we left Minas Tirith, I saw smoke rising from Osgiliath.
Yeah, that's because they destroyed Osgiliath. The good news is, real estate in Osgiliath is about to be cheap. Welcome to Osgiliath. It's like Detroit, but in Gondor. That should be a t-shirt. Actually, Daddy Hutch and I had to go to Detroit on business one time. We were doing some due diligence work before we moved a client to our data center. Parts of it are just beautiful. I mean, it could be a wonderful city. But, I mean, it's just weird to see blocks and blocks and blocks of a city neighborhood completely unoccupied. It's like, wow.
Hello there.
Oh. I think I'm going the right way. Or I'm lost. It'll be fun to figure out which. Nope, this is the right way.
You have done good work here.
The crossing of EU, defeat Herodrum that threaten the crossing. We ride for the crossing and for glory. I think I'm going the right way, or I am lost. That's a life quote that resonates with me. Who does Tennessee play tomorrow, Puppet Box? The Huskers get to play Minnesota, the Golden Gophers, tomorrow. Ole Miss, it's a sold-out crowd since Lane Kiffin is Ole Miss's coach. He was our coach for one season and left us high and dry to take the USC job. Well, that'll be a good game to win. You know, I never have been able to figure out Mississippi football fans. My friend Walt works for the VA. He lives out in Surprise, Arizona now. Him and his wife, Sarah. Sarah was one of Mrs. Mustafa's bridesmaids. And we were in the same engaged couples class at church together. Great folks. Love them dearly. Walt went to Mississippi State. He grew up an Ole Miss fan, and to this day roots against his alma mater and cheers for Mississippi State, or for Ole Miss, excuse me, because that was just the team he grew up cheering for. And it's like, you don't have any loyalty to your own school? You're like, no, I'm an Ole Miss fan. Okay. Alright, where's the crossing? Yeah, don't ride into the river, don't ride into the river, don't ride into the river. That is interesting that there's a doorway there. I rode into the river. I'm not a smart man. There's the crossing. At least I found where I was going. So yeah, I think the whole world can pretty much agree Lane Kiffin's sort of a douche, and hopefully you guys roll right over him. I'll be rooting for Tennessee tomorrow. The less success that Lane Kiffin enjoys, the better. I defeated Herodrum. Oh, apparently he's on a hill near here. Oh, I don't even have a Herodrum Slayer deed to complete. Well, we'll see how the best 3 and 4 team in the country does tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be another example of the Huskers playing real hard and then losing the game in the last 2 minutes.
Very good, my friend.
It's just heartbreaking to be a Husker fan. It's a little heartbreaking to be a Seahawks fan this year, too. I got an email. You can tell the Seahawks are still tight with Microsoft. Holy cow, do those guys spam email. But I got a email notification. Russell Wilson was seen throwing the ball left-handed in practice. It's like, oh, okay. Thanks for that news flash. Was even thinking about it. That means his finger still hurts like hell, and they probably ought to be starting Geno Smith. I guess we'll see what happens. Throw the Zircons away. And I don't want any of this. Blocking, parrying, evasion. It's like, which essence do I want to throw away? I'll throw away that one. The Meeting of the Roads. Okay. We go to the Meeting of the Roads. And that's all crap I don't need to. What's she still doing out there? I already helped her get her stuff back together. Well, this kind of looks like where the roads meet. Let's go up here and see what we got going on. A wagon is stopped in the road. You recognize its driver from her exasperated expression.
I did not expect to see you again. Still on the road, eh?
Yeah, I saw earlier where Russell was put on the IR list. Probably a much better idea than starting him as a left-handed quarterback. Well, especially as good as Geno Smith played coming off the bench last week. Where am I supposed to be looking from? Well, this is exactly the kind of place where Zinger was invaluable. Well, this should be one of the places to look. But it's not. It's a stoned goat. Starting to get some of that Osgiliath ash dropping. So if I miss streaming Sunday night, that's probably was going to be Fallout 76 anyway, and nobody's watching, so it's all good. I shouldn't say that. I do get some viewers. Hello, Scout. Oh, and I'm dead. Oh, I survived that fall. That really surprises me. When am I supposed to look from that overlook area? Approximately 76 less viewers than you would any other Fallout. I think it's mostly just friends stopping by to say howdy. I have to admit, the way I play Fallout 76 is a bit tedious even for me. Hello, orcs. Seriously? Harlan appears to have been devastated by the attack of a large force. Near the docks. Why does this whole town seem very, very familiar to me? He said sarcastically. You are near the docks. The docks of Harland have been seized by the enemy. Someday I will come back here and avenge this place. Over and over and over and over. Because Minas Tirith dailies. We're near the gate of the Ramus Ekor. Ramus Ekor, which blocks the way to the Pelennor, is besieged by the enemy. Fantastic. Go talk to somebody on the road south. Alright, we can do that. Might need the stuff in the next apocalypse, exactly. The pack rat way is always the best way. Actually, what was funny is I was talking to my friend Duressa, who hasn't been playing much LOTRO lately. She says she's tied up with Fallout 76. She's been playing a lot of it lately and really likes all the improvements they've made to the game. So, there you go. I was working the Beckett quest line, and man, the quests were easy enough. You could kind of hop around and just do them blip, 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 but there's a lot of them. Gotta get that done so I can build the astronaut NPC point of interest. My one concern is I kind of feel like I'm mostly helping Beckett take over the Blood Eagles. I don't know that anything I'm doing is actually taking them down. We'll see how that goes.
No ill news is truly surprising to me anymore.
Oh, that must be up the hill to the left then. Okay. Oh, terrific. Welcome back, Sean. He's getting checked out at the moment, but only one person allowed in, so I'm stuck in the car park waiting. Oof. He hit his head pretty bad, and he seemed a bit unfocused, and his eyelids kept fluttering. Better to be safe. Absolutely. Hopefully he just got his bell rung. He'll be okay. Best to have him checked out for concussion, though.
timing. I was just telling these ladies about our adventures.
And I missed a turn somewhere. There's a lot of really pretty towns out here in eastern Gondor, but navigating them is not so simple.
I did not know you traveled with Lord Angbor of Lamadan. The wagon driver's son speaks wisdom. Imloth Melwi is known for its healers.
Incoming healing or resistance? I do not have enough room. Goodbye. Oh, I've got junk everywhere. Goodbye. Goodbye.
You should cross into Ithilien, and my men will assail Harland.
Find the secret ferry among the reeds in the eastern reaches. Okay. Minas Tirith has been updated. That is fantastic news. I can't wait to go back to the cisterns and reap the rewards. I think my war steed would be super mad at me.
You are welcome to use my boat and defeat foes in Ithilien.
Well, good. Away we go then. I think that's Osgiliath burning in the distance. Or no, that's Pelennor Field, and you can see Minas Tirith. I think we're looking down at the North Ramus from across the river. It's way off in the background, probably a little dark. Hopefully that's showing up okay on stream. Alright, well, we got our 10 Haradrim killed. Find the camp of Faramir's Rangers. We ride for Faramir's camp. And for glory. There we go. Yeah, it was scary for just a minute. Not a cliff I would have wanted to have ridden off. Gondorian man calls your name and beckons to you.
My brother and I are from the Blackroot Vale, and we seek adventure. We will be the first to fell one of the mighty Mumakil. I can hardly contain my excitement.
We're gonna go hunt a Mubak.
My brother and I have sworn a solemn vow to bring down the mighty Mumakil that have come to Gondor.
Hello. What are we doing? Oh, we're hiding in the bushes and listening? That's close. One of them almost took a swing at you. Excuse me. We're finally getting some fall weather here in Nebraska. I actually wore a jacket for part of the day. We are running for our lives. Mumak, run away. Run away. Okay. It was like 75 today, that cold fall weather, I tell you. It only hit about 60 here, and the wind was blowing fairly well. I had to wear a jacket.
Next time we will have one for sure.
We're getting pretty close to frost weather in the mornings. I don't care. Don't care. I'll drink that.
My brother and I will go with you to Osgiliath to seek Faramir.
Don't care. Don't care. Alright, what can I actually turn in here? I think I'm already kindred with these guys. Yeah, kindred with Rangers of Ithilien. It's funny how few people I'm actually kindred with up here. Probably need to focus more. So we're going to Osgiliath. Don't worry, Zinger. I'll send the cold weather your way. It'll be nice and chilly here there in a couple days. Well, it's not the way we want to go. That doesn't seem to go anywhere. This doesn't seem to go anywhere. This looks like it might go somewhere. Supposed to be 81 here today. No fall for us yet. It's a coming. I want some enemy camp. Don't care. We ride for the culverts. And for glory. Sewer glory. Oh, don't tell me. How did I end up all the way back at this bridge? Oh, this is a different, shorter bridge. Okay. That had me nervous for a second. I'm like, don't tell me I just rode all the way back the wrong way. I'm not a smart man. I was concerned I had gone the wrong direction. Gate of the Moon is blocked. Man, I remember what a pain in the tuchus this was for Lenorian not too long ago. Coming here on level as a solo minstrel. Pretty tough sledding. There we go. You found the city's defenders, but Faramir is not with them.
I gladly welcome your help, even as I fear it comes too late.
Defeat orcs, search the southwestern area of Osgiliath for one of Damrod's men. Alright, well I guess I can do the circuit while I'm here.
We must protect Gondor at all cost. The Rangers will not surrender us, Gileoth. Ithilien is crawling with foes. We need your help if we are to fight the enemy. We need your help if we
Get
are
more
to fight
slots. Gotta cancel 2 quests. Task at hand. Alright, that was a lot of work to figure out.
The city may be lost, but we still fight to defend it. We must protect Gondor at all cost. What news have you?
I bring good tidings of great joy. Or that might be the Herald Angel in the Christmas story. Excuse me. I might be getting a little sleepy. I'm doing pretty good. I got a nap in after dinner. Otherwise I wouldn't have made it this long. One. I've got most of my Slayer deeds done in Eastern Gondor. Running these Osgiliath dailies actually helps with that quite a bit. No, I don't need to kill orcs. Oh, apparently I do need to kill orcs. Okay, we can do that. Nice. Completed. Easterling Slayer of Eastern Gondor advanced. Nice. Alright, we've killed us some Easterlings. Feels pretty good. Gipio says, well, my nightly dose of Ed is kicking in. Have a good night, y'all. Take care, Gipio. Well, that got over with quick. Good.
Captain Faramir is not here. He was pursued by a terrible apparition.
Okay. Are you telling me there's a Goblin Slayer challenge? I'm at 18 of 200. That's going to disappoint me. That's a bat. Okay, quest ring's pointing this way.
Many of the Orcish forces are led by a terrible man, clad all in armor.
Here's Gothmog.
We ride for the culverts and for glory. Alright, let's go get some trolls off the span. Don't aggro the roving thread, Ed. My apologies to anybody who had to go pee while I was on the bridge. That sound of rushing water just kind of gets to you. Whew. Hmm. Sell those. Yeah, close enough. Oh, wait. Forgot about pending loot.
Ithilien is crawling with foes. Ithilien is crawling with foes. Ithilien is crawling with foes. This better be important. I am quite busy. Every victory, no matter how small, is worth the effort in these dark days. We need your help if we are to fight the enemy. I cannot read much of this message, but I know it means trouble. Our enemies have brought a great weapon to Osgiliath, a mighty ram called Grond.
We're gonna go search for Grond.
The Morgul host must be defeated.
Ooh, that's interesting. So you can get the tracery stuff here, but the buy-in is now 50 instead of whatever it was before. So one circuit is not enough to even get a reward here anymore. That's interesting. Huh. Okay. So that's a whole thing. The hell was that? Stuff would be too low level for you at that point, probably. I don't know. Russian water? I'll stick with the stuff here that shows it has 0 carbs and 0 calories. Exactly. All right. Well, I think I'll go do some task item turn-ins. And we'll come back to Damrod another time. I got a little bit of character cleanup to do. You guys don't have to hang around for that. But you know the saying, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Let's see. Oh, El Galadwin. Awesome. We're going to go raid El Galadwin. Assuming I can type raid correctly. Have a great night, you guys. I'll be back next Friday here on LOTRO Stream, and you're always welcome to come by my channel. Say hi to me. Should be on tomorrow, and we'll probably be around Monday. Peace out.
What else do we have? We have Arnok, we have... Okay, so we have Minas Tirith before and after battle. We'll go before battle. Oh, hey, LOTRO stream. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. How's your stream, Big Ed? They were teasing. Yeah, they were. It took a while, too, because swimming's a little slow. Hey, hard hit. Welcome, welcome. So I got distracted from playing my Brawler to give a big tour of Middle-earth. So we're going on a whirlwind tour of Middle-earth right now to some of my favorite places, and we're jumping off